Do you ever feel like your team, or maybe yourself, is burning out by putting out fires day after day? Or maybe your team feels like it's always reacting rather than responding, and therefore burning out in the process? Well, if that's you, the good news is I'm going to be sharing a very simple triage technique that you can use, adapted from the world of emergency ER and applied to your business and your organization, so that you can make decisions that are faster and smarter, and you can do it with next to zero stress and get better results. Welcome to the Nils Vesk Show, where every episode is designed to help you think faster, solve problems creatively, and generate breakthrough ideas to catapult your success. So here's one of the big problems I'm coming across with a lot of our clients when it comes to just being a leader in today's fast-changing, fast-pitch, high-impact world. And one of my clients came to me and said, Nils, my biggest challenge right now is that our team is reacting versus responding. And I went, totally get it. And here's the reason why, is that when we are under pressure, when a change that wasn't expected occurs, we tend to react emotionally. That is, our stress levels go up, our focus goes down, and the mistakes seem to pile up. And the reality is that more often than not, if something lands in our inbox and it sort of has a little hint of something be a bit different or a bit of change, our fight and flight response systems goes, this could be danger, 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 and we already start to go into fight and flight response system before taking the time to work out whether it actually really is urgent or that important compared to some of the other tasks that we're already doing. And this is when the triage mindset comes into play. And I'm sure we've all heard of the word triage. And what happens for a triage nurse in a hospital is if someone comes in limping or clutching their chest, they're going through a certain number of questions and assessment processes to work out whether it's critical or whether it can wait for a long time. They're not saying, you know what, we've got to act right now. They're going, okay, who can wait and who needs action right now? Or maybe who needs a Band-Aid and a lollipop just to pacify them right there and then. So the same thing can happen for our organization or your business when a problem pops up. Is it critical? Is it urgent? And the sort. And one of the things that I've developed, and I'll provide an area of how you can find this a little bit later on for free, is a business triage sheet. And so we help our clients find the right category depending on what their business is. Say, for example, there's one I've recently developed, which is security risk, client impact, timeline impact, and cost impact. So I'm trying to think of those 4 or 5 areas. Now, that may change for you if security, say, for example, is not one of those issues. And based on each one of them, so when someone comes in, we're thinking, or if a problem comes up for a client, we go, what's the situation? And then how is it affected in these 4 different areas in terms of client security? Is it critical or is it a low risk? When it comes down to client impact, is it critical or is it low impact, or is it high or medium? Timeline impact, cost impact. And so by creating something along these lines, it helps you to work out how of these ones you can start to create a score. So I'm not going to take you right through the process, but you could say, okay, if it's a critical, it gets a 4. If it's a low, it gets a 1. And so you can add up at the end and go, wow, this is a 5 out of 5, or it's got 16. That's a high killing score that we need to do something about. And based on that, then you can say, assess the overall level of the situation based on how you score those. So is it a low, is it a medium, or a high, or a critical situation? And that can just reduce so much stress, because actually, no, it's it's a medium level of situation, but we don't have to deal with it right now, but we need to do it. Once you've assessed the situation, then we move into the next phase, which is what action are we going to take? Are we going to do it right now? Are we going to defer it? Or are we going to delegate it again? Keeping it simple down to those 3 different areas means that sometimes you think, actually, well, I don't have to do this. So-and-so can do this, or we're going to do it, but we're going to do it in 1 week or 1 day or 2 hours later at the end of the day, whatever that might be. And then we can go down into the action of actually making that happen. And I'll talk to you more about the action in the section, but I want to give you a bit of an example of this. I remember working with a particular, I guess I'm calling it like a technology company, not necessarily a software, but they were kind of like a think tank that would develop ideas and products for different organizations. And one of the challenges that they found was that when a request for a change or something came in, the words were always like critically urgent. This is not working or that's not working. And sometimes people would start to react to, we've got to fix this right now. And then the one thing they weren't sometimes even thinking, is this actually even being manufactured yet? Or is this already live? Is this out there in the market? And quite often, some of those phases of where the client was going, we've got to fix this right now, the product or the software had only been launched in beta. So it wasn't going out there to the whole world. It was going out to a little set user group where they were actually looking for feedback and ideas. So when we helped them create a template process that assessed it, is this a live project or is this in beta phase? Is this in a software update? Is this going out to the shelves? Is this going into the die machine? Is this getting manufactured today? Whatever it might be, it helped them to reduce the anxiety and focus on the things that were most important. And as a result of this, they found that they had a reduction in attrition because they were losing people before. They had a reduction in number of sick days or absence from work kind of days that were going on. And most importantly, their output actually increased because they were working on the things that were most important at the right time and the right place. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an example of the power having triage. Now, a little bit of a bonus. This last part of my little template, you can see a little bit of a sketch down here, is what's called RASCI. Now, you might have heard of RASCI. It's a very old acronym, but it is, I don't know why people just don't use it. It works so well. And essentially it's short for when you're trying to work out who's going to do work, you go, okay, who's got to be responsible for the project? So they're going to take responsibility for it. A is for who needs to approve the project. Maybe they're one and the same, maybe they're different, but quite often they're different. S is for support. Who is going to support me on this? It might be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people. C is for consult. Who do I need to consult with or to ask or to investigate more with? And then I is for who needs to be informed. So who do I need to keep up to date of the progress? Is it the client? Is it accounts? Is it operations? Is it marketing and the sort? And that's kind of one of the most powerful ways just to simplify who's going to be involved in the project. So hopefully this has been of value to you. Now, if you want to get your hands on the exact template that I use with my clients to help them make high pressure decisions from a business triage perspective to give them more clarity, more confidence and more certainty, then why not head to my website? You can get this at ideamaverick.com/triage. That's ideamaverick.com/triage. My gift to you, it can really help you to take your ability to get more stuff done in less time and to reduce that stress and anxiety when fires are burning left, right, and center. Because I think at the end of the day, Everything in the world is not urgent, and we shouldn't be treating it like it is, because that's the fastest way to burnout. So thanks for tuning in. Hey, if you love this stuff, please send me a comment, send me an email, nils@nilsvesk.com, or send us some questions and some things that you might want some content on, because I create these shows. They take a lot of time to help you and my clients take your thinking to the next level. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.